David Beckham has spent decades living every England victory as both a former captain and a lifelong supporter. But after the national team's dramatic World Cup quarterfinal in Miami, the celebration became a family moment. Beckham was filmed singing alongside his sons Romeo and Cruz after England defeated Norway 2-1 in extra time. The scene quickly traveled beyond the stadium, but what made this particular celebration feel so perfectly timed, and why were two familiar songs at the center of it? The latest confirmed update is that England advanced to the 2026 FIFA World Cup semifinals on Saturday, July 11th, after coming from behind against Norway at Miami Stadium in Florida. Jude Bellingham scored both of England's goals, first equalizing in first-half stoppage time, and then producing the winning goal in the opening minutes of extra time. England's official match report and FIFA's match record both confirmed the 2-1 final score. Once the match ended, Beckham joined the crowd celebration with Victoria Beckham and three of their children, Romeo, Cruz, and Harper. Videos from the stadium showed David and his son singing Oasis' Wonderwall, with Romeo standing beside his father as the family took in the atmosphere. Another clip showed them participating in Hey Jude, the Beatles song that has become an obvious soundtrack for celebrating Jude Bellingham. The moment was lighthearted, but it came after a tense match. Norway took the lead in the 36th minute through Andreas Schjelderup. England then responded just before halftime, when Bellingham scored the equalizer. Neither team found a decisive goal during the remainder of regulation, forcing the quarterfinal into extra time. In the 93rd minute, Bellingham struck again, completing England's comeback and sending the team into the Final Four. That sequence helps explain why the celebration felt less like a routine victory lap and more like a release of pressure. England had been only minutes away from entering halftime behind, and the match remained unsettled until Bellingham's second goal. When the final whistle arrived, supporters had both a result to celebrate and a player whose first name fit one of football's most recognizable sing-alongs. The choice of Wonderwall added a different layer. Oasis are closely associated with English popular culture, and the song has long been heard in crowds and communal celebrations. In the footage, Beckham appears not as the carefully composed global brand usually seen at fashion events or official appearances, but simply as an England supporter singing with his sons. That distinction matters because David Beckham's relationship with the England team is unusually personal. He represented his country 115 times and captained the national side during his playing career. Although this appearance was from the stands rather than the pitch, the images connected his England past with a current generation trying to create its own World Cup history. Romeo and Cruz also brought two different connections to the occasion. Romeo previously pursued professional football and has remained publicly associated with the sport, while Cruz has been building a career in music. In the stadium clips, however, neither son was presented through a career storyline. They were simply joining their father in the crowd as England secured one of its biggest victories of the tournament. Victoria and Harper were also present during the family outing. Victoria documented parts of the celebration, while photographs showed the family together inside the stadium. The match came one day after Harper's 15th birthday, which David had acknowledged publicly with a family tribute. That timing turned the weekend into a combination of a personal milestone and a major sporting occasion. One family member who was not visible in the stadium coverage was David and Victoria's eldest son, Brooklyn. Several reports noted his absence, but the verified event itself was the celebration involving David, Victoria, Romeo, Cruz, and Harper. Brooklyn's reasons for not attending this particular match have not been established through an official statement connected to the game, so his absence should not be used to invent a private explanation. The larger public story remained England's progression. The Football Association confirmed that England will now face reigning world champion Argentina in the semi-final in Atlanta on Wednesday, July 15th. Argentina reached that stage by defeating Switzerland 3-1 after extra time. The winner will advance to the World Cup final, scheduled for Sunday, July 19th, at the New York, New Jersey Stadium. Bellingham's performance also added statistical significance to the night. England's post-match figures credited him with consecutive two-goal performances in the tournament's knockout rounds, following another brace against Mexico. England Football reported that he became the first player since Diego Maradona in 1986 to score at least twice in consecutive knockout appearances at a single World Cup. That makes the Hey Jude portion of the celebration more than a convenient musical moment. Bellingham had directly changed the match twice, first restoring England's position and then securing the semi-final place. The crowd's choice of song became an immediate tribute to the player responsible for the comeback. The start line takeaway is that this was not a major announcement from the Beckham family, and it should not be framed as one. Its appeal comes from seeing a famous former England captain experience a current England victory with his family. The timing, the songs, and the dramatic result created a moment that worked simultaneously as sports news, celebrity coverage, and a reflection of Beckham's continuing bond with the national team. What changed on Saturday night was England's position in the tournament. The team entered Miami facing elimination and left with a semifinal against Argentina. Beckham's celebration became part of the public reaction, but the central development remains Bellingham's 2-goal comeback and England's place in the Final Four. What remains unknown is whether the Beckham family will attend the semifinal in Atlanta. No confirmed appearance plan has been announced publicly. What is confirmed is that David, Romeo and Cruz were together for the quarterfinal celebration, singing with the crowd after a victory that moved England one match away from the World Cup final. For David Beckham, the night was another reminder that his connection to England did not end when his playing career did. This time, however, the lasting picture was not of Beckham taking a free kick or wearing the captain's armband. It was of a father standing with his sons, joining thousands of supporters as England's World Cup journey continued.